Looks like someone just checked Cloister off their sightseeing list.
I do not know how it occurred. With the town, so goes my possibility for promotion. Seems I have much to learn about the nature of war.
The peddler of half measures returns. Suppose it's make it quick, yeah?
Commander, I've been thinking. Been doing some thinking about what happened in the lab. I went there to kill that man for what he did to Ortiz, and instead let him walk away with his research. I know you never liked dealing with Auntie's choice. Seems you're right not to. But I still think we got a real shot here of making things better. Auntie's choice can't be trusted on their own with this research, that's clear. But if someone like me were to guide them, maybe they can be shaped into what I thought they were. If they could actually help folk like they claimed they would when they liberated Tau Ceti, it'd make life better for anyone. Ain't just saying that, are you? Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action. Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Let's just see what Willard's got to say, all right?
identified. Suffered extensive damage, Commander. Thank you, Terra. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Locking them down. Mitigating the threat. Combatant.
Seeking cover!
Target is outside Siemens range.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
New protectorate forces detected. Conclusion. Spireton has been liberated.
I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the Archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Do these Order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all math charts and chalkboards, and how many Abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's entrance, remember?
Keep from arresting attention for your sake.
Reach out! Go for torpification. Unfriendly nearby.
An enemy.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, Ahsoka. Are your fathers all red worms? Briar boulders that you want.
All it took was some light instruction.
Dagmar didn't betray us to the Sentinels. She is a Sentinel, with a fucking office here in Central Control. It's enough to make one take leave of their sanity.
Oh, child, I think that tram has long since cleared the station.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. Fortunately, there's an easy solution to Dagmar's betrayal. One which involves removing her head from her body. Or maybe we should start with the disemboweling?
Well, as a Helia Leitinger, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you've made it this far. In addition to your wonderful thirst for wanton violence, you were always bright, though still somehow too thoroughly deluded to apprehend the truth. But then again, you never really wanted to, did you? Yes, well, can it truly even be considered betrayal if it was always lies? And Azza's willful ignorance made her the perfect candidate when I started the Dawn at...
What are you talking about? There were cultists before me!
No, there were not. The fiction of a cult was born out of the need to convince the Sovereign to return to the true spirit of the Protectorate. The Consul feared he was too weak.
Dagmar, all this can't be right. How can you spout such lies? Our cause...
And there it is. I almost felt so... well, such is life. But...
No, that's too quick. What about... No.
Dear, you really must try to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to effectively inflicting pain before eliminating a target. You'll wear yourself out.
What, you suddenly take issue with my methods? I can think of no reason to Kurt. I know of no other way to act.
Sentinels, the traitor Azahelia Leitinger is in the compound. She is to be terminated forthwith.
Fortificator ascending status. Scope for combatant analysis. Fortification in progress. Taking the... Target analyzed. Do try to limit further damage, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
That cover spot looks much better. Remain vigilant.
Thank you, dear. Self-preservation a priority. I have a fix on... Fortificator is charged. Mitigating the threat. Locking them down. Combatant scan.
That cover spot looks much better.
Target analyzed. Lay down.
What was that?
Azahelia Leitinger is still at large.
guards loyal to the Protectorate converge on my position of...
I have a fix on their weaknesses. We can't refuse medical support. Combat probable.
Hastening! Refilling my weapon!
Enemy in vicinity. Back and scan. Scoping out a hostile. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. There be none. Taking interrupted. Combatant scan.
I see functioning helplessly, without complaint or groan.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Imbeciles! How did you let Azza get this far? Stop her! She means to assassinate me!
Enemy spotted. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Standing by to stupefy. Adversary vulnerable. Medals in the red, Commander.
Form up! They're closing in!
Unfriendly company mobilizing.
I have a fix.
Investigating hostile, huh? No escape.
Proceeding to attack. Multiplication in front, locking them down. Batten scan.
still alive. Now, let's not be too hasty here. You seem a rational person. There must be something we can do to resolve this peacefully. Please don't let Azza get her hands on me.
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to. What? Why? Fine. But you are only prolonging the inevitable.
I must say, I am in favor of prolonging the inevitable myself. What I did for the greater good, to save the colony, all at the Consul's behest. It was my duty as a loyal subject to the true Protectorate. What other reason need there be? And Azza, she was an obvious choice. So lost, so dead inside, so in need of guidance. But then, she went berserk. I never imagined how she'd take to the killing and mayhem. You brought me great praise from the Consul. Until you started asking questions and killing the wrong people. The Consul feared that the Sovereign wasn't up to the task he inherited. He actually believed the subjects no longer needed such a firm guiding hand. So the Consul set to creating a challenge for the Sovereign to rise to make manifest the hidden dangers he refused to see. It began with labeling political subversives members of a fictitious cult. When that didn't work, the Consul enlisted me. Which wrong people didn't she kill? We were supposed to work through intimidation and the perceived threat to our system. Sure, maybe kill some subjects, those that could possibly become threats to the Protectorate, but not the dozens she slaughtered. For Matriarch's sake, she was killing vigilance. And then she started asking questions that would have led to her.
It's a good thing for you. I'm feeling a little less vindictive since I've been running with the commander here. That means your death will be quick. Well, quicker than it would have been. Yes, I do! It's just all those questions you've been filling my head with. Can't seem to get my thoughts straight. I feel like I don't know anything anymore. It's about time. Let's cut.
No! Let's talk this through!
She's dead. As am I. Our enthusiasm got the better of us. She should have suffered more. Now that Dagmar is dead, I'll be leading the Dawn into the glorious future. You're absolutely right. They turned on me once. I can send out a general message to all the cells from here. I'll say our communications have been compromised or some such. That should work, though I suspect a fair amount will simply... Enough to keep my knife skills up at least. It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me. I'm not ready to talk yet. Let's get out of here. Corp.
Let the Paradigm worry about tomorrow. Huh? Right. Back to it.
Let's talk this through!
Make me want invasive breaking for cover!
Dagmar would never let herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
That's somebody.
Replenish it!
Replenishing my firearm.
Back and stab.
Aggressor.
alive. Now, let's not be too hasty here. You seem, rash. Please don't let...
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? What? Why?
I must say, I am in what I did, and Azza, you brought me great praise from the Consul. The Consul feared that the Sovereign wasn't... So the Consul said to... It began with labeling political subversive.
That means your death will be quick. Yes, I do! It's just... all those questions you've been filling my head with. Can't seem to get my thoughts straight. I feel like I don't know anything anymore. It's about time.
No, no crime! Reloading!
Sting. A lot. She's dead. As am I. Our enthused. Now that Dagmar is dead, you're absolutely right. I'll say that enough to keep my knife skill. It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me.
My blood boils at the consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery.
Agent, what do you need? May the plan...
It's strange how I ended up here. If I hadn't started traveling with you, I may have spent my days hunting. You may not have noticed, but I have a tendency to be a little... not too reckless to heed your counsel. But
I think you ought to be careful, Commander. After what we saw in that lab on Cloister, more importantly, it's becoming clear to me that folk don't actually want us here. There is another option. The Order. They're trying to do right by the refugees, after all, and seem reasonable when they ain't being strong-armed by extremists. The battles will continue, whether or not you're paying mind. If you ain't care, listen, normally I'd take issue with one person playing Kingmaker. That is to say, you, and especially the Earth. There'll be enough time for that later. For now, we should move on, unless you've got something for me?
believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was.
Wish.
Friends,
Invaders.
neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's mercy, he's the teacher.
Fool I was, to believe I mattered in the plan's grand scheme.
I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now. They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais work. There might be signs of that, or where the missing... We should keep looking. There may be more to learn here. had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered. Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloistermate... A disputation of current order methodology. Focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the Laureate Council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly. I saw that. I believe it was Ancrus Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. I don't know what happened to Ancrus Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious, and the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If I've seen it happen. We developed tactics at the... Yes.
Operating on civilians is not so different from cutting into a primal.
The grand plan is the...
Abide. Cease and don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The Endpoint?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brunn straight away.
Oh, I'm quite certain Anchorus Brun would relish the opportunity to talk your ear off. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Anchorus Brun is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grasp. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
Seems well guarded. Let's not make any sudden moves. Unless, you know, we want to fight.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
Cause trouble and I will school you. Chapter and verse.
I am a long-time vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. Hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
Doubt the Anchoress will walk away from the research lightly. May require some aggressive convincing.
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchorus Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wily to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist? It was more of a disputation as a scholarly objection than a manifesto per se, but why quibble? Anchoress Chow is very much against it. Her accident was quite tragic. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes? A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved. Countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste. The longer the mistakes of our presiding bishop persist, the longer calamity and sorrow will continue. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work. Yes, we have Grace, that is Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the Anchorhold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Yes, we're so very pleased to have her. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming. Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way. The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the... I, for one, am certain. Even if I wasn't, now is not the time to doubt. All you need to do is adjust each station's setting.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than...
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Threat detected.
Q or true. P is true or Q is true. Simple truth.
No? Oh, just me then, I see.
Hard to get any good sleep cycle. Constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural log rhythms.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, do-do-do. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to preceding numbers gives us math and brings us wonders. Define recurrence. Relation get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Mother Abahachi. Me and you were true. True, or Q is true. A simple truth table for turbulent times.
What the? Something wrong back there? Hello?
One, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Find the hostile.
If you're done, evaluating...
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bouchard, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, and all it requires is a forceful...
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuver? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it.
Make Brun give up on science.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without...
Oh, yes, a book.
That's hyperbolic at best.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
I'm not arguing it's the best option, just that it is an option. Rightly or wrongly, I am familiar with the cost involved.
The Order of the Ascendant should be dedicated to uplifting humanity, not racking up a body count unduly. Our former department was shut down for things... Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well.
From the legend, if you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a... The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. I'll need to make an announcement afterward.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not...
I'll cut off her comms. Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. Some issues? You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. Really? In what way? These are all fundamental building blocks of the universe. Together, they form the primordial soup our galaxy was formed from. This is widely recognized in scientific circles. This was just a start. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. Now, I'm starting to believe you're just needless. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. Why, I'm shocked. I'm certainly glad there is no call for that sort of meanness in the scientific field. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off... Really? Will I become a laughingstock among my peers? Have the whispered jeers... The experiment data just arrived in my terminal. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure. Oh, come, one. I fear this was a...
If I may, I have a point I'd like. There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from change...
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from them, this has been a difficult conversation.
We tried. Our fault.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in Test Chamber Beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to Test Chamber Alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Ankaris Braun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell!
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ankaris Braun falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. Don't try to lay the responsibility. I'm not buying it. The Ankaris, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith, but I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me. Fascinating. You know, I reviewed that work myself, right? I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. No, I expect not. I suppose I don't know what to believe in. Fellow exemplars of the...
I'm just disappointed. disappointed I didn't get to watch Anchoress Brun's face as she suffocated.
The Anchoress had
She's
to be
dead, isn't
stopped.
she?
The rest, I just try not to think about.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Say. You tried to do right before you...
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you...
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong.
At any rate, I'm off, before I forget.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye. Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it... or not. But her canned feigned concern... Oh, not really. Not yet.
Well, I'm here for you, Marisol. You know, in case you need me to help.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of... I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you... A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. We could have done better by Anchoress Brun. If we'd properly... And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line. Southworth was complicit, yes. Though she's alive, I believe we've squashed her reviving my old department. Struck me as little more than a functionary with a gun, truth be told. I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by... She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so... I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. Appreciate you taking...
severed it through artificial means at Auntie's choice. Proved to be 110% plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. Auntie's choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days and already You want the role, it's yours.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight. Decent? I'll have you know that profits were forecast to be in the billions in my assessment last quarter.
That's not what we're talking about. Look, we found your lab on Cloister. A friend of mine who succumbed to his graft sent me there to put an end to your work. It was, well, it was damn troubling. But after speaking with your doc, I came to see that the program's got much potential. If we shift focus, reform our work, grafts could better the lives for all folk. Rasmussen's now with Doc Tinsley in Fairfield, and they're ready to restart this work if we can get your agreement. No more killing, much more progress. What do you say?
I see someone failed out of the anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as reform? How does it serve me?
Troopers are getting maimed in battle, and many civvies are getting sick from lack. Some creatures can regrow limbs and safely consume tainted goods. If we give folk those same abilities, they won't have any...
Ah, I see now. With grafts, our employees can get back to work, but there is one small fly in the soup. Who exactly are you to dictate to me what we should be doing?
When I joined up in Tau Ceti, I was promised that if I proved myself, demonstrated exceptionalism, the moment would come where I could make a pitch for my own future. I ensured the safety of the delegates at the peace talks. I helped hunt down the fiend who destroyed our base on Golden Ridge. So yeah, I'd say the moment I'm owed has arrived.
Fine. Perhaps there is an opportunity here to expand. But I will require proof that this little reformation of yours is a viable investment.
You say that as though you have something in mind.
I do. The commander of our fortified position on Prey, he will have all the minute details, of course. I could tell you possessed a modicum of it.
Hold on. You didn't say anything.
Heroism is nothing without exciting footage.
Purchase and consume with Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen.
It's the hotshot for hire. From the wireless.
That reporter's got...
I'm Arlen Crawford, the outsourced.
The name's Inez, and yes, Willard Conan sent...
Now, let's not skip on introductions. Who is this you have with you? Oh, I see.
Ah, I appreciate the commander for saying so. I've been traveling with them for some time, following my dismissal from the forces.
Never seen a grafted trooper in action before, but I'm looking forward to watching you work. Their defenses are too great to face head on, so you'll want to sneak.
My camera drones will be filming the action from above, so do put on a good...
They've detained several of our scouts. I'd like to see them returned. If you deliver this weapons cap...
This is quite the opportunity. Normally, a POW might be...
So what? If I hadn't come along, you all...
Our motto is to leave no man behind.
Once you infiltrate the blockade, well, seeing as a tunnel...
Or you could go through the...
Though I... Ooh.
Incoming. Get clear.
Who's there?
Dedicating to locking them down.
It is a privilege to die for their
Come on out. How do you help? Discreetly. On the way. Heal. Come out. Replenishing my firearm.
Check your scopes for command.
Ammunition depleted.
Quarry found.
Have a fix on their weaknesses.
Taking cover.
Combatant scanned.
Seeking cover!
Vital critical.
I repudiate all...
My aftermarket parts are... Kicking for the history books. Let's open the gate for that reporter and the troops. Troops before these bodies get cold.
Over here! Let us out!
Ain't no way they'll leave us here. We still got 43 months of boot camp loans to pay off.
I'm liking the enthusiasm you're bringing to the table.
You aren't looking for these guys, are you? Come on, open up! Many thanks for freeing
Thank
us.
you for your customer service contractor.
Flavor after you.
Think I can maneuver my trauma into a management position after this? Liberation never tasted so sweet. Liberation never tasted so sweet.
Over here! Well, the blockade is ours now, but the way in which you captured it lacked a certain...
That hasn't stopped you lot from spinning a story before. You said something about an inter...
It's audio only, Trooper. And you're working with a true professional now. Let me work.
Well,
Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here, live at the scene with the fearsome grafted soldier Inez. It's a shame you cannot see this, dear listener. Inez, your destruction of those dastardly Protectorate troops was awe-inspiring. You must feel like the employee...
I'm just, doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission, to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything I could ever say. Suppose I do know a thing or two about a pep talk. Given me...
How wonderful! I hadn't realized Inez here had initiated a recruit. Dear audience, the voice you just heard... You also freed some of our troopers from the Protectorate's fiendish grasp. One can only imagine the torture they suffered. Tell us about it. The rescue, in detail if you would.
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner. Yeah, that's exactly right. I plan on doing everything in my power to bring a swift end to this war.
A heartwarming sentiment, but not too swift an end to the war, I hope. It's good for business, as we all know. In any case, those soldiers can finally return to their postings again. Now, I've a question.
These graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with grafting, if we try. I got a plan, see? To start the grafting program up again. The research is promising, and with...
A fascinating idea. I think we'd all sleep. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
I got one. Ain't just a tested and true product that'll put you over the top. A graft like mine might also get you into orbit.
Ah, I see. A bit of cheek. And that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching or sneering or whatever else it is you do. Astonishingly well. Rest assured.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will...
You do that, and I will remain here.
It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation Andy's Choice Society is based upon.
so the conquering heroes have returned from the blockade. The footage I received tells the story it needs to, but I am rather disappointed by the absence of Oh, where are my manners? Commander, Inez, meet our new benefactor. This is the bit.
Yes, we've met. Now, let's not get overly ahead of ourselves. Putting on a show is 40% of the battle.
Well, I'd say these two certainly made our correspondence job easier. Well,
let's try not to exaggerate. It was a fine showing. Now, with her...
Look, I know I ain't exactly the profile of a business partner, but I know medicine, and I know the potential of Graf's...
Perhaps so, but unfortunately I can't be... You know how it is. Low-level workers have a certain flair for lying and grifting, whilst concurrently exaggerating...
But we can trust your word as her current supervisor. What sort of performance review might you give this associate?
Well, it's easy to go on soldiering when you trust the one giving the orders.
Well, that's a reasonable endorsement. Wouldn't fit in the one-line right.
So we have a deal then? I admit that the raid and the interview may not have gone as swimmingly as...
Suppose I can make good on the funding after all. We'll see in time.
So that's it. We're clear to restart the grafting program.
Of course not. Unless said folk agree to it. When the time is right, I will reach out to you for further planning. You have been instrumental, soldier. Afraid not!
Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in all her glory. Visiting was invite only for us troopers, and even then, you had to pay a month's salary to secure entry. Would have been worth every bit, though.
Back in business.
What are you doing? I needed him alive.
Auntie's choice makes a cream for it.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed.
Listen, I got great news. This program you're part of, it'll look mighty different from now on. I secured a deal with your boss, see? To make sure it serves all folk. Ain't entirely sure in what capacity yet, but we'll be called...
That's something.
Right. Of course, job secure.
I don't know what that means. But if I'm not out of a job, that is a relief. Will I be getting a raise? Is altruism...
Have you returned for yet another round of
Can't help but be excited.
Yes. Have you
Can't help but be...
Yes.
Based upon, not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want. Your decisions...
Have time for a chat, Commander? Willard, Vice President Conan, sent me a message just now about how and they all agreed to fund the grafting program and started up. They even thought to bring me into middle management for the program. Can you believe it? After you and I finish what we set out to do for Arcadia, of course. I'd say closing. I'm realizing now that I never really imagined, never thought I'd be at the forefront of a military campaign. Never thought I'd reckon you could say I proved myself after all. Thank you. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my...
You there. You need to leave. This is a holy site, traitor. Those shunned by the dawn are not welcome. Did you not hear me? But please, give me an excuse.
Betrayer? How dare you? I'm no betrayer. It is all of us who were betrayed. Summon your hierarch now if you value your wretched life.
I don't... that is... I can't... hierarch! So, power to manipulate rifts.
Wolcott? Wolcott's your hierarch? Shit.
Well, look here. I never expected to see you again as...
Wolcott here blamed his lack of ascension in our ranks on imagined machinations on my part instead...
Well, this has been delightful, as always.
Just that I might have regretted killing everyone here if they'd not been following a disgrace such as your...
The deceptions never end with you and your ilk. I'm no fool. What you claim is an impossibility. Yes, of course it does. Makes, perfect... Come. I must admit to a certain modicum of suspicion. But consider my interest piqued.
Why the hierarchy?
Do not wander too far. My threat of violence is not to be taken lightly. The acolytes will open fire if you don't stay near me.
Some great import is afoot. No one gets escorted to the rift.
Is it time for sacrifices? When's our turn?
Acolyte farm was
force us to rethink our understanding of the rifts, but we are nothing if not truth seekers. We are here. Prove to me that your device can manipulate the rift, as you claim. Well, I'm waiting. Show me what that device can do. Gods, this should not be possible. That device borders on the heretical. You will hand it over now, and then we shall decide what to do with you.
And if you'd actually listened instead of being your normal fool self, you'd understand why. The leader betrayed us to the Sentinels to save herself. And if they get to you, I'm sure you'd sell me out too. Say the word and I'll just kill you now. Or get out and tell your lackeys to do the same.
I did listen. I just refuse to believe. But you have a device with the power to manipulate the rifts. Acolytes of the glorious dawn. And then we must separate.